Hello, I'll read one news for you today. Investors abandoned mutual funds, flocked to stocks and ETF in July. Now, for me, it is a good news and that's why I'm making this video. Why is it a good news for me? Well, from last 1 year, I have been telling people and also making videos that you should not invest into mutual fund and directly get into equity if you really want to take some risk on your money. Approximately 9 months back, I made a video on this also that many young fintech startups are into aggregating these mutual funds and offering it on their platform. Well, they claim that they're going to solve the problem for young India. They'll give a platform for them to invest into Indian stock market through mutual fund. They think that the problem which they are solving is they are cutting the middlemen who used to sell mutual fund on a commission basis. Well, up to this point, it is correct. You can directly buy the mutual fund and dump the sales fee what used to be paid to the sales agent. But you have another fee into mutual fund which is called the fund management fee. And in India, it is quite high. It ranges anything between 1.5% to 2.5%. And I am not happy about it. I have made video and on personal level, I have been evangelizing about this from last 5 years. Mutual fund Sahi hai is one ad which they run like as it's like a godly voice coming from the heaven and telling every common man to just invest into mutual fund. These days, my superhero, Mr. Sachin Tendulkar, is also advertising for it. To all of you, I want to tell you that this mutual fund Sahi hai was supposed to be one education budget via which they were supposed to teach Indians the risk of investing into equity market, risk of investing via different financial products. But what they have done is they have made it a marketing budget. Probably this could be one of the scam of the financial services industry. Mutual fund Sahi hai. All of you, you can go and check your results also, your returns also, that what exactly is your return on mutual fund. And then you will come to know whether whatever the claims I'm making here are true or false. I have done a survey around 9 months back also through one video and asked people to comment whether their portfolio is in negative or positive, the mutual fund portfolio, and 90% of the people reported that it's in negative. Via mutual fund, when you invest into equity, you are already taking risk. Now, when you are taking risk, you should expect return. But why is this return not coming into mutual fund? This is another question which needs to be answered probably, and I'm going to cover that in another 2 to 3 minutes. So well, mutual fund is one fund where there is a fund manager who pulls all the money, the company pulls all the money, give it to this set of mutual fund managers whose job is to maximize the return on that money. But before that, they deduct this 2.5%. Now, where this 2.5%, 2% is hitting the overall return of the Indian mutual fund industry return. So try to understand something like this, that how this mutual fund manager manages this money. So he pull in 40-50 stocks, put it into his portfolio, and they say that they are well diversified mutual fund, which is aiming to beat the market return. So market return could be 10%, which is the Nifty return, aggregated last 10 years, 15 years return probably. It could be even 12-13% also in different time frame. Now, up to this extent also, it is quite okay when you decide to go and invest into this mutual fund. Obviously, without performing, charging 2.5% is not okay, but overall philosophy is okay. That there should be one guy who is knowledgeable enough, more knowledgeable than you, and going to manage your money via equity instrument or other fixed income instrument. But what is not okay here is he's charging 2.5%. What is this 2.5%? Well, this return in stocks will not come from thin air. This will come from the economy only. This economy is made up of organized and unorganized sectors both. You know where your economy is going. What's the average growth rate of the economy? You can go and check the GDP numbers. So maybe organized and unorganized together are giving you 5 to 6% growth in GDP. I'm taking the average of last 6 years, 5 years. So maybe the organized sector is giving a little more, probably 1% extra than the unorganized sector. Out of that 6-7%, there are sectors which will beat market for sure. So you have to be concentrated to certain sectors, and then you have to be within those centers also very much centered to certain stocks also. That is the beauty of investing into the stock market, where you go selective and you stay with them. Now, one mutual fund might be optimally diversified, but then the another factor which comes down here is nobody invests into one mutual fund. Why don't they invest into one mutual fund? Because they don't trust Indian financial services industry. So when they don't trust financial services industry, they don't trust one mutual fund manager also. They go to 4-5 mutual fund, and people who are selling these mutual funds, maybe the platform or even these platforms, the new fintech platform I'm talking about, or even the sales agents, they never pitch you just one mutual fund. They come up with the idea where they say that, I have done enough work and I have bought 5 mutual funds for you. Now, what happens when you buy 5 mutual funds? You get over diversified. You are not now concentrated towards 10-12 stocks or 30-40 stocks, which is mostly the component of one mutual fund, but you get exposed to 150-200 stocks across 12 to 13 sectors. What do you expect this over diversified portfolio to give you? 20% return? 15% return? No. It will give you the return of the economy, because 200 stocks across 14 sectors, 15 sectors is going to represent the overall economy. And that is one of the reasons people who are right now having 5 to 6 mutual funds into their portfolio, most of them would be red. And they will claim that since market is not doing well, that's why they are red. Then I want to tell you guys, whomsoever is watching this video today, market is not in red. Nifty is at 11,000. Might be 10% down. But your overall portfolio, if you see into mutual fund, you will realize that with opportunity cost, how much money you have lost in 5 years. If you have invested 5 years back, ideally your money should have been doubled. Kind of claim your sales people would have given you 15 to 16% return. That you would have not got. And obviously, if your 100 rupees is right now 80 rupees, you have not lost 20 rupees, but you have lost 60% of your money or the worth or whatever was promised. Obviously, the informal promises these sales agents do, or even these companies who aggregate mutual fund and sell you this mutual fund. Well, for me, it is a good news. Time heals everything. I'm again and again telling everybody I know or people who follow me that till the time mutual fund industry don't bring the fixed cost to 35 paisa from 2 rupees 50 paisa, you should not invest into mutual funds, especially equity mutual funds. Well, I put this effort 9 months back. I don't know whether I was able to influence 5 people, 10 people, or 100 people, or 1,000 people. But then the good news is, with whatever tiny effort I have put, I have one good news on which probably I can celebrate over tea. This is not whiskey. Well, investors abandoned mutual fund, flocks to stock and ETF in July is something which is a good news for me, and I'm celebrating it today. I want more and more Indians to invest into direct equity and not mutual funds. Guys, it is okay to lose some money if your companies have not done good business and you have taken some hit into direct equity. What is not okay is you gave your money to someone who took away 2.5 rupees upfront and keep giving you negative return over and over and year again. This is not okay. This is not at all okay. And for mutual fund industry, here is one thing I want to request you. We belong from the same fraternity. This is not a great thing to have. You bring down the fixed fund management fee to 35 paisa. If you're doing well, charge more. if you're giving 20% return, then probably you charge another 2% to the client and they will be happy to give. This is how the capitalism should work. If I'm giving a service or selling a product, only at the time of delivery I should make money or the benefit out of it. If I'm giving you the service of the fund management without giving you any return, I'm charging upfront 2.5% and driving a Mercedes and BMW. I don't think this is very much correct. Everybody who is driving these BMW and Mercedes, obviously I'm not envious of them, but what I'm telling to them is I worked in the similar industry, I'm working in the same industry, and I want to be on the fair side, and I want the whole ecosystem to be on the fair side. All right, guys. So probably this became a little aggressive video. Otherwise, I'm very happy that people are getting aware about it. They are dumping mutual funds. And let me give you another claim that after 5 years from today, I'll be making another video where I'll show you that the mutual fund management fee has come down to 35 paisa, the equity side. Or people are getting into mature product like ETF. That time will come. The young generation especially is very, very research oriented generation. They go, they do research, they learn, and then they take decision. Well, I'm not saying the older generation is not like this. They do equal amount of research, but probably in the age of information technology, younger generation have that edge where information is moving very fast to them. To all of them, I just want to make one request, which I generally make in my videos, is please share this video. Ask more and more people to learn about equity market, invest slowly. If they don't know much, try to stay within Nifty 50 companies and try to invest into long term. This is what you have to do with your hard-earned money which you have saved for your future purpose. Well, thank you very much. The news which I was reading was from moneycontrol.com, and you can also go and check the same news. Thank you very much.